The next level. All the time, people talk about the next level. Man, I'm just trying to get to the next level. Help me get to the next level. I want to get to the next level. I hear it. Y'all hear it. We all hear it. The next level. And what I've come to realize is that a lot of people don't even know what level they're on. They don't know what the next level is. Or sometimes when people have in the past approached me and they're like, man, I'm stuck. I don't know how to get to the next level. One thing that I've noticed is that a lot of people skip the level of self. You can call this level 0. You can call it, a foundation, base camp, however you want to look at it. People skip the level of self. And the level of self is never ending. It never stops. Self-mastery is a never ending degree. It will constantly keep going and keep flowing. It does not stop. And so whenever you're never going to master self. There are people that are so far beyond you in this realm of self-mastery, and you might think that, oh, I'm doing great, or I've conquered this. No, you have not. You have not. If you've conquered self-mastery, then you're telling me you've conquered all the martial arts. You've conquered yoga. You've conquered, whatever you can think of. I'm serious. I could put you on a trapeze right now and you got it. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's no way you've mastered self. Now, whatever your self-mastery looks like, you probably don't want to join the circus and get on the trapeze, but whatever your self-mastery looks like, then that's great. But there's no way that you've accomplished it or you've beat it or any of that. And because it's never ending. It's never ending. Self-discovery and self-mastery are never ending. And so when people approach me or when I talk to people and they tell me they're stuck, they can't get to the next level, I look at them and I realize that you completely skipped one. You skipped the basic foundations of becoming whoever you're meant to be or whoever you're trying to be at that moment. And the way that I could tell when people have skipped one, and it's easy, you can tell too, and you already know if I'm talking to you right now, your conscience, for anybody just to take a quick, your conscience is the authentic voice of God, and it tells you what to do. When you go against your conscience, life will be hard. It will be hard. But when you have that little voice ringing in your head and it's telling you, hey, man, write that book. Hey, man, don't eat that donut. Go for a run. Hey, stop drinking beer. Put down the alcohol. Stop smoking cigarettes. You ain't going to live long smoking cigarettes. When that voice is saying these cigarettes are going to kill you, it's because they are. And it's telling you to put them down. That's the authentic voice of God. And he is telling you what to do. He is telling you what you need to be doing to better your life. Now, if that voice is telling you to do bad things, that's not God. I'm not here preaching. I'm not talking about devil and all that stuff. I'm just saying that that's something wrong with the chemical balance. So you probably need to really start crushing it on physical fitness and so on and so on. And watch what you eat, watch your dieting, so on and so on. But the authentic voice of God or the universe, however you look at it, is your conscience. And when it tells you what to do and you don't do it, life will be harder. It will be harder for you. Hard head makes a soft ass, right? So when people tell me they're trying to get to the next level, I can easily look at them and I can tell. And you don't have to be perfect, okay? Perfection is the goal, but you do not have to be perfect. But to get to the next level, when I look at somebody, I could tell that, hey, man, you haven't worked out in a decade. You haven't ran anywhere. You can't do 100 push-ups right now. So that's your next level. When you're stuck, when you're sitting back and you're just like, you know what, I got a bachelor's degree and a house and wife and kids and I'm doing great, but I can't get to the next level. I'm just lost. I don't know what to do and blah, blah, blah. And then I look at you and you got a beer belly and you're consuming alcohol all the time and you can't do a 2-mile run or 100 push-ups or 100 sit-ups. That's your next level. Your next level is self. Your next level is physical fitness. It's physical and mental health. That's your next level. And honestly, it should have been your first level, because whatever mountain you were trying to climb, to be very vague here, let's just say that I want to be a millionaire. I went over this practice with you guys before, and there's big sky thinking, mountaintop thinking. They're roughly the same thing, but let's go over this again and be very vague. But I want to be a millionaire. then okay, that's a great goal. How are we going to get there? How are you going to do that? I put myself to the top of Millionaire Mountain and I look back down at the path or at the route that I took to get there to the top. So now I've projected myself all the way up here and I have to look back down at the steps I took to get to the top. And then I have to come back down to reality and I look back up that mountain and I make sure that path is right. And once I really know, that's it, I zero in on my steps and I say I'm following this course all the way up there. Whatever that is on Millionaire Mountain or Doctor Mountain, Lawyer Mountain, whatever mountain it is for you. Maybe you want to be an actor. Hey, I want to be an actor. Great. Are you prepared to take on the actor's role? Are you prepared to take on the actor's life? You're going to have to prepare yourself to take on the life of whatever you're trying to be. And people I don't think really understand that. So whatever you're trying to do, you have to prepare yourself to take on that role. If you want to be a doctor, then you have to prepare yourself that, hey, you know what? This is going to take 7 to 12 years of education. Being a doctor is never ending education, to be honest with you, but this is going to take 7 to 12 years of education. Am I ready to be a student for that long? If you're not, then you're not going to be a doctor. Or if you say, hey, I want to be a great actor. Okay, that's great. You want to be a great actor. Are you prepared to take on the actor's life? And you're just going to sit there and ask me, what's the actor's life? And look at all the people that are or were great actors. Most of them lived homeless. Most of them lived in their cars because actors don't really make any money. And most of them lived in their cars. Most of them lived homeless. Go listen to Stone Cold Steve Austin's story about, eating beanie weenies. Go listen to freaking anybody, Chris Pratt, about sleeping in his car. Go listen to Steve Harvey being homeless. All these people homeless. Are you prepared to take on that life? Because that's the life that you're going to have to take. And then when it gets hard and you quit and then you start over and so on and so on. So you have to make this real conscious decision of who you are and what you're going to be first. But once you look up Millionaire Mountain or Actor Mountain, Lawyer Mountain, whatever your goal is, whatever your mountain is, once you look up to that, you can't just start this trek. You can't just start this journey in the shape that you're in. You're going to have to work on self, master self. You're going to have to, you think you're going to climb freaking Dr. Mountain with a fatty heart, because you've been sucking down freaking McDonald's burgers and big old gut because you've been, doing these things. You think you're going to climb this mountain under the influence of drugs and alcohol? You can't. You're not going to make it. You got to get yourself in physical shape. You don't have to be a freaking supermodel. You don't have to be a bodybuilder. If that's the goal, that's great, man. Get after it. But you don't have to be, but you have to try. You got to cut the weight. You got to put down the sodas, quit eating out, and quit drinking so much. Get rid of the freaking cigarettes, the drugs. You smoke weed all day, stop. That's how you get to the next level. And that's how that is done. Is that you sit down, you analyze what's holding you back, and you stop it. Plain and simple. But this should have been number one. You should have had this going before you even started. But I watch so many people, and it's that simple. It really is. I watch so many people that have already accomplished things, and they skipped that level. They skipped it. Or they might have worked on it and then reverted back to their old ways. So now we're back to ground zero and we need to, we might have a bachelor's degree. We might be a doctor. We might be a real estate agent. We might have been making $125,000 a year. That's great. But here we are. We reverted back to smoking weed and drinking all the time. We thought we'd made it at $100,000 a year. And now we drink all freaking Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. So how do we progress? Stop that first. We got to cut that out first. We got to get that out of our life first. So level zero, base camp zero, ground zero should be your first priority before starting anything, but it's usually not. So again, when people approach me and they're telling me that they're stuck or they're trying to get to the next level and they can't figure it out, it's because you skipped that. 100% because you skipped that. And it's easy to look at them and tell. So that's how you get to the next level, is start doing the things that you're not doing. If you're stuck and you drink 3 days out of the week, stop drinking. Find something else to do at that time. If you know you don't exercise or can't run 2 miles, if you can't run 2 miles as a man and do 100 push-ups and 100 sit-ups, there's your next level right there. Knock it out. Do that. And keep going and going and going. Progression, moving forward, always and forever. Anyways, man, I hope that helps. I hope the way that I'm explaining this is, helps it for you guys. I try, and I'm not calling anybody dumb. I try to dumb it down because I know people, understand and think in their own ways. So I try to really dumb it down so people can have an understanding. And I'm not calling anybody dumb. Nobody's dumb. You just don't know. That's all it is. That's all it is. Nobody is ever dumb. Kids aren't dumb. You're not dumb. You just don't know. You haven't been taught. Nobody knows nothing until they're taught. Plain and simple. Whether you're going to be self-taught or whether you're going to be, taught by somebody else, a teacher or whatever. Anyways, I don't want to keep rambling on, but anyways, I hope I explained this good enough for you guys to understand it. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you want me to really focus in on your level, if you want me to focus in on what you do and how I can specifically get you to the next level, just feel free to ask. All right, I do this stuff for free for right now. As things progress, who knows, I might have to start charging because I do get messages, questions, and so on. So I try to answer everything that I can, and it's all for free. Try to answer everything that I can. So if you want me to zero in on you specifically, feel free to shoot me a message, leave it in the comments. I don't mind one bit. I have no problem with doing that. Anyways, you guys have a great day and take care, all right?